Hello, my name is Mark Helm, and I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Self-Storage Quick Start Academy. And I help people who are getting into self-storage business, and I help people who want to grow their self-storage business strategically do so in a way that creates true wealth and a fulfilling career. And you happen to be in episode 4 of a 4-part series on the complete guide to creating your self-storage business strategy. If you haven't watched the other 3 episodes, I invite you right now to stop, watch those so that this one begins to make sense and be in context with the complete series. You can go to creatingwealththroughselfstorage.com, and it started with episode 99. Now, what we've learned so far is that for your self-storage business, your self-storage business strategy, or for any vision, any goal, any outcome you're trying to create in any area of your life, there's 3 aspects to it. The first aspect is your mental state. That's the most important, the mental state. Why? Because your goals, your vision all live within the environment of your mental state. And if you can have a powerful, energetic, mental state to hold that, the odds of success are multiplied many times. Then we've also learned that stories, the mental stories that we have running in the background, have a profound impact on our ability to be successful or complete on goals and visions. Now, we all have them, and we all have disempowering stories running in the background. And most of us pretend like we don't. And in the earlier episodes, we learned how to distinguish what those disempowering stories are. Now, a note here, side note, one thing in response to a lot of emails I've gotten, nothing's wrong with you or us that we have these stories. Everyone does. It's what's kept our species alive. And it's really great that as a business owner, you begin to distinguish what they are. Why? Because once you see something you didn't see before, it no longer has power over you. And now you can decide if the stories that are running you serve you or if you want to replace them. And you know, for myself, there might be a day or two, but there isn't a week go by that I'm not at least 2 or 3 times that week distinguishing a disempowering story that I've carried with me that's running that no longer serves me. It's almost like there's a blank wall, and once you see something you didn't see before, then a door appears and you can open that door, climb up the steps, and go to the next level of your business, your life, whatever you're working on. Very important to get. There's nothing wrong with you or us or bad about having these stories. There's just something very powerful in distinguishing them. And then the third piece is the strategy itself. If the first 2 aren't being addressed, you could have the greatest business strategy in the world, and who knows how successful it's going to be. When I'm working with people, about half the time, I'm finding it in the strategy that's wrong. It's something else. It's either the mental state or the disempowering stories they're telling themselves. We all do it. Nothing's wrong. But today, we want to talk about the strategy, the business strategy itself. Now, this is not a business plan. Business plans are great. I've never done one for the self-storage business. I've never had anyone ask for one for the self-storage business. Typically, we do business plans for other people. This business strategy is something that's for you. It will guide and direct you and pre-answer many of the questions that are going to come up as you grow and get in the self-storage business. So, in this episode, I cannot take you through every step of doing it, but what I want to do is cover the spaces of a good self-storage business strategy. And know that there is a free handout with this that will take you through the steps of doing it and have you answer questions and write it. If you happen to be seeing this on YouTube or anywhere else besides Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, you can go to that website, creatingwealththroughselfstorage.com, go to episode 102 and you can download the free worksheet that comes with this episode if you want it. So how I think I'll do this is go through the spaces of what I think is a good self-storage business strategy. And the first space is why. Why are you getting into this business? Why would you go through all you're going to go through or have gone through so far to create a self-storage business? What I've learned is if you don't have a compelling why, if you don't have something pulling you, there's going to come a time where the roadblocks are going to pop up, the barriers are going to pop up, the dead ends are going to come. And if you do not have a compelling why pulling you forward, what will happen is it's going to be a lot easier just to turn around and try something else. Now, very often when I'm working with people, the first answer is, well, it's the money, of course. Self-storage is the lowest cost real estate asset to get in. It has a very great cash flow, very stable, and this is all true. But let me give you a hint, it isn't the money. If it's only the money is your why, that's not going to be strong enough to keep you going when the going gets tough. Now, my question is, what is the money going to provide you? What will the money provide you? As you begin to dig down deeper, you'll get closer to what your true why is. For many people, what the money will provide them is the ability to create financial freedom for themselves and their families. For many people, it could be their retirement, or they're creating something, a legacy for future generations. For other people, it could be the why is that they are no longer creating wealth for a company or another person. They're beginning to create it for themselves and their own family. It could be the financial independence, could be financial freedom, two different things. It could be to create more time and to create a business I can work with in my family and for my family. There's many reasons. No one is better than the other, but get crystal clear on what your why is, and then create some kind of structure to keep that why alive. Because the why, if your why is strong enough, rather than having the experience of pushing, you will have the experience of being pulled forward. And what's pulling you is your why. In many ways, the why is the most important aspect of any business strategy or any business plan for that matter. Spend whatever time is necessary to create your compelling why. Now, the next space I suggest you move through is your strengths and your weaknesses. Everybody has them. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Know what they are. And if I've learned one thing in life, and in business, it's how fruitless it is to try to make someone accountable and strong in an area where they don't like or they're not naturally good at. It's just a waste of time. And don't do that with yourself. Very often as business owners, we tend to try to take everything on so we can know about the business. There's nothing wrong with knowing about it, but if you're going to be accountable for it and run it, and it's not something that you enjoy, something you like, and something that fulfills you, my coaching is don't do it. Have someone else do it. And there's three ways I found you can do that. One is hire somebody, have an employee. Two is vendor it out, have a company accountable for it. Or three, have partners. We have all three in ours. Let me run you through some of the areas of a business plan, and you decide if you're naturally strong in that or naturally weak in that. So for example, with me, I'm a commercial real estate agent, so I can find the deals. I'm naturally strong at finding the deals, negotiating the deals, analyzing the deals. I'm not very good at a lot of the detailed work and running the operations. I'm not very good at managing people, although I manage some people, but I have a partner who's accountable for managing all of the facility managers and training them on how to manage people. We make sure that our facility managers can manage people effectively and well. Not everyone can. So let me walk you through some of the spaces. You decide if it's a weakness, if you're naturally strong there, naturally weak there. So the first place is finding the deals. Are you naturally good at that? If not, you can vendor that out with a commercial real estate agent, and in many cases it won't cost you anything. But if you're good at it, do it. If not, vendor that out. Are you good at analyzing the deals? Do you enjoy using the Storage World Analyzer? Shameless plug there. But if you enjoy and are good at analyzing, do it. If not, vendor it out or get a partner or have someone support you in analyzing them. Are you good at negotiating? If not, get support with that. Are you good at running the facility once it goes in service? Are you good at running the business? Are you good at managing the people? Can you get the financing? Do you have all the money you need? We'll go through this a little bit more, but begin to go through all the spaces of running a self-storage business and where do you need support? And what type of support do you think you want there? So I don't want to run the facilities. So we hired that out. We have facility managers. I don't want to manage the facility managers. So I have a great partner who does that. I also needed support in getting a loan. That partner who helps me is also a guarantor on the loans. So I have a partner that not only helps me manage the facility managers, but she's also helped me get the loan. I have done the books, but I'm not very good at it. I have another partner who runs the bookkeeping of our company. I'm not good at HR. We've both hired that out and vendored that out. So begin to get clear on what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. Then the next space to go through is the who. So if you're strong in an area, that's going to be your accountability. You're going to take that role. I take the role of finding the deals, analyzing the deals, presenting the deals to the team, to our potential partners and my core team, and that's the role I play, growing the company. Go through those areas, and if you're not naturally strong in it, are you going to put a partner there, an employee there, or a vendor it there? You may already know even who, but right now it's not that critical that you know exactly who. But if you're looking for a partner, for example, what skill sets, strengths do you want the partner to have? Begin to go through the who. Then the next space is the what. So by now, if you have a compelling vision, you're beginning to get a sense of how big a company you need to fulfill on that vision. Now, it might be just one or two facilities and you have the money to put into it, but you still need to know what you want to get and where you want to get it. I mean, do you want large 50,000 square feet institutional grade self-storage facilities where there's a manager and truck rental, or do you want smaller facilities that may not even require a manager, can be run on a kiosk? Do you want to run the business? Do you want to have managers run the business? Where do you want these facilities and why do you want them there? Begin to I call that the what, the where and the what type of facility, all are what I'm calling a what, and begin to zero in on that. Because when you talk to banks and you talk to partners and you talk to supply, it's crystal clear that you know and can accurately describe why you want to be where you are, exactly what you want. That way, as you're looking at projects or opportunities that come up, there's no more guesswork. You know if this will fit in. So for example, our what is institutional grade. Not that it's better than small ones, but our business strategy calls for larger facilities. For our exit strategy, we want facilities 50,000 square feet or more. So if I'm looking at a 30,000 square foot facility and I cannot expand it to 50, that's not going to be one that we're going to spend much time looking at. Why? Because it doesn't fit in our business strategy. Life starts getting very simple when you're clear on your business strategy. So begin to distinguish your what. Then the next space to move through is the cash, the money, the equity. How much are you working with? Do you have enough money to invest to fulfill on the vision that you're creating for yourself? If you don't, you're going to have to use other people's money. What are you going to give them? How much of the deal are you going to give them? How much return are you going to give them for their money? My experience is most investors are partners in the deal. They may not be operating partners, but they own some of the company, and they have the money in the deal, and they're wanting a specific minimum return. What is that going to be? This isn't the place for that. I have other training on how to raise money, but begin to determine, do you have the money, or are you going to have investors? And then the next thing is, do you have the financial strength to sign on a deal? You very well might. If you're buying 1 or 2 facilities, you have the equity to get into it. You probably have the financial wherewithal to sign the loan. That's great. If your vision is 20 to 30 facilities, you probably will need partners that will also sign on the loan for you. Are they going to be silent partners? Are they going to be operating partners like what we chose to do? Are you going to need someone to sign on the loan for you? So you've got the equity piece and the debt piece. So again, at episode 102, at Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, there's a worksheet that can kind of walk you through all of these spaces and walk through those spaces. Get crystal clear and write out and design your self-storage business strategy. What happens is life starts getting very simple when you know your strategy. You can look at an opportunity and quickly determine if this fulfills on this strategy or it doesn't. If you need a 10% minimum return, you can look at a facility and determine very quickly if it's going to generate that, and if it does, it's the least I can pay to get the return that I need. That life starts getting very simple. Like I said, my self-storage business transformed once I got clear on what my business strategy is. So design your business strategy. Do the work and transform your self-storage business. And one last thing, have fun with this. All aspects of it, mental state, story, strategy, have fun with it. You will have the opportunity to get up every day and go to work in a business that you created. You created the business, you created the rules and what's the win. Your vision will be so clear and compelling that other people will want to play with you, and you will have the experience every day of getting up and going to work in a vision that you created that creates wealth for you and your family and your partners that you're playing with, and you will become day by day a better version of yourself. And there's nothing more fulfilling in life than that. Design this strategy to support you in that. And thank you very much. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer. The Storage World Analyzer version 2 is coming out April 2017. Powerful program specifically designed for the self-storage industry, and especially if you're not really good with Excel spreadsheets or numbers, this program is powerful and will totally support you in analyzing the opportunities and creating potential future cash flows. I invite you to look at it at storageworldanalyzer.com and creatingwealththroughselfstorage.com. Also, I will be at the Inside Self-Storage Convention in Las Vegas, April 2017. If you see me there, stop and say hello, introduce yourself. I look forward to meeting you. And thank you very much. And go out and create your business strategy and grow your self-storage business. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.